East Grand Rapids has become a household name when it comes to high school hockey. The Pioneers have played in the Division III state title game for the past 2 years in a row, but during that time, their head coach's health took a rapid decline. After a double lung transplant in December, Chris Newton has already made his return to the bench.
In the spring, I was coaching a little bit, and it was just getting hard to stand behind the bench for 2 hours and move around the rink.
Chris has lived with cystic fibrosis all his life. It's a genetic disorder that causes mucus to build up in your lungs, making it difficult to breathe and can lead to other health complications. After being on the transplant list for just 14 days back in December, he knew what a 3 a.m. phone call meant.
And I looked at the number and I was like, no way. I was like, you know what it is. It's a 616. It's not blocked. So I saw it and I picked up.
But this wasn't the first time Chris had ever gotten that kind of call. He received his first lung transplant 8 years ago in Metro Detroit while coaching alongside his dad, the late Bill Newton, who together led Farmington High School to a state title in 2014. Later that morning, after his second transplant call, Chris and his wife Jessica dropped their 2 boys off at school and then went and broke the news to his team before heading to Corwell Hospital. His best friend, Grant Newton, was to step in as the interim head coach.
And he stood in front of them, and it was the most confident I've ever seen him. Like, hey, guys, I'm going to go do this. It's going to be good. Grant's in charge, and I'll be back. And that kind of confidence just kind of, it transfers over to our kids. They're smart enough to understand the situation and how serious it is, but at the same time, they were just confident because he was.
Chris had a successful double lung transplant for the second time in a decade on December 10th, and just days before Christmas was able to go home and see his boys open their gifts. Not too long after that, on January 6th, he was back at practice.
I thought the transition was very quick. I didn't think he was going to be able to. Seeing him already screaming on the bench was like, I was looking back like, guy, are you okay?
Breathing wise, I've already tripled my lung capacity from where I started before the transplant. Doing all the daily activities, skating, picking my kids up, doing stuff around the house, so it feels great.
Chris is still taking things easy after only being 7 weeks post-op. He wears a mask and avoids large crowds in hopes of not getting sick with his new lungs. But he knew he couldn't stay away from the bench for long. It's a place where he feels the most comfortable.
I wanted to be here. I feel like this is what this is a big motivator why, I keep going, is to be with the team and, coach and do these kind of things. And that's a big driver for me.
Well, Chris has a rare genetic mutation that does not allow for some CF medications to help with his symptoms, so it's possible that he may need another transplant in the years to come. But for now, he's enjoying his increased energy levels, including his ability to yell at the rink so his players can hear him on the ice. He and the Pioneers have a few more weeks of the regular season left, including the OK-Roo Conference Tournament, where they are the #1 seed. They'll await to see who they'll play in that first game in that bracket on February 2nd. That's all we have for sports right now.